Hi, my name is Earl Varn. I'm a Florida Master Gardener, and I work with the University of Florida Extension Office, and here locally in Sarasota, that's out on Clark Road. What we're going to talk about today is irrigation basics. We're going to talk about maintenance, and we're going to try to show homeowners what they can do at home to help with their irrigation. As I said earlier, one of the most common problems we run into when we do our irrigation evaluations is sprinkler head risers that don't go above the grass blades, and it just shoots into the grass. And so in that situation, you have to raise up the sprinklers, and it's a very, very simple process. So what you need to do, it's only a few parts. So this is what it looks like underground, okay? And then so what you do is you dig it up, you take off the sprinkler head, okay? Then what you do is you have to put a small piece back in. And note that depending on how high you have to raise it, in this situation I think I'm only going to raise it about 2.5 to 3 inches. That'll get it above the grass. But they have them 4 inches, 6 inches, they got 8 inches. They've got them over a foot. I've seen them up to 18 inches. And so you can use any size that you need to get it up higher than high as you need to get above the grass. But in this situation I'm only going to go about 2.5 to 3 inches above. So what you do is you put your piece in there, and then you have a little coupling. Some people call it a coupling, but some people just call it a riser. Okay, and then you put that on there, and then you come back in and you put your sprinkler back on top again. Okay, and so what that's done is that's raised that up that far. And so that's the goal. The goal is to get the top of the riser above the top of the grass. And you want to make sure that it's above the top of the grass when the grass is at its tallest. So you need to really pay attention to that. Okay, once again I've used a bucket to dig up, and the reason I did it is it's kept all the grass relatively clean around here. As you can see, this is a low spot in the yard for the homeowner here, and two things have happened. Is we had a hard rain earlier this morning, and this naturally drains right through here. So in this situation I've got to do this fast because I don't want a lot of that mud and muddy water to feed back in here. I'm going to have to end up flushing out the top again because I know there will be some mud and muddy water get in there. So, but I'm going to do it as fast as I can, but we'll see what happens here. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling it up, making sure there's no debris around it. I'm putting this fitting on here. Trying again, being careful not to cross thread it, and it's going to raise it about 3 inches. Again, I'm going to try to make sure that I've got my in the right direction. Okay, so right now it's facing that way, so I got to turn it all the way around. Okay, so now it should be facing there. So, all right. So now what I want to do is I just want to double check. I'm going to lift up the riser to its top. Make sure before I bury it that it's going to be above the grass. So it's just going to be above the grass. In fact, I probably could have gone up another inch and still be okay. But you just got to be careful because you don't want to get it too high, because then that's where you have your lawnmowers, especially if you have riding tractors that tend to scrape these things and damage them. So I think we'll be okay here. If not, I'll have to come back and redo it, but I think we're pretty good there.